10725 in 1979. Today we say hello to the wolves of the new state-of-the-art McGhee Elementary School. You know, when the original school started, there was only one teacher and 7 grades. Just looking at this building here unveils just what an historic accomplishment has been proven. Our family stands proud and continues to celebrate and share this heritage with family and community. You see, this isn't our only claim to fame when it comes to Texas history. Joe's father was Peter McGhee, a slave of General Sam Houston, who traveled with the general on the military campaign that resulted in the independence of Texas from Mexico. It's been told that Peter was the lead mule skinner for General Sam Houston. What's that, you asked? I know I did. It's actually the driver of the carriage and caretaker of the mules. It wasn't actually skinning mules. Allow me to share a little bit more of the history of Peter. He was born about 1800, and he lived to be 109 years old. After the Civil War, many ex-slaves like Peter McGhee and his wife Frances drifted into metropolitan areas to find work. Peter and his family settled in Galveston, the leading port and industrial center of Texas at that time. A storm from September 14th through the 17th in 1875 brought strong winds and flooding waters to Galveston and flooded the poorer section of town where the McGhees and many other families lived in shanty houses. They had to climb on top of their houses to avoid the rising waters. Many homes were washed out to sea, and that entire section of town was devastated. Peter relocated his family north of Galveston at the junction of the San Jacinto River and Buffalo Bayou. They settled first on the Lost Island, in an old Spanish home called the Old Fort. Joe McGhee, Peter's eldest son, who was born about 1864, his wife Eliza, and the rest of the McGhee family managed after a few years to save $50 from sales of lumber and firewood to steamboats. He purchased a 60-acre tract of land on higher ground in the same area in about 1880. This property became the McGhee homestead. When a portion of the land was purchased years later for the highway, a new survey revealed that the original homestead actually contained 72 acres. Joe McGhee's son Peter, named after his grandfather, who happens to be my grandfather, was born in the first McGhee house on the homestead, March 8th, 1884. So Joe supported his family by farming and hunting deer, black bear, and wild turkey, and by catching redfish and speckled trout in the rivers. The McGhees were considered among the best hunting guides in the state, especially the Big Thicket and the surrounding areas north of Channelview. The cattle industry eventually drove out most of the game